Howdy guys, lovely to see you all again. I was learning this with one of my students, the Signal Fire by Killswitch Engage, and I thought, what a delightful solo. So we're going to learn it today. Hope you guys dig it. Let's take a look. Alright guys, so before we get too excited, we just need to talk about the tuning. We're in D standard for this one, which goes D, G, C, F, A, D. So get yourself in tune and we'll get started. Alright guys, let's have a look at the first section. I'm going to start off with a slide into 9 of the 3rd string. Then I work into this pedal lick. So I'm kind of constantly bouncing off this 9 on the 4th string. So I'm going to go from 9 of the 4th to 9 of the 3rd. Then back to my pedal note, then jumping to 11 of the 3rd, back to the pedal note, then 12 of the 3rd string. I'm going to go back to my pedal note and then hit 10 of the 2nd. At that point, I'm going to hit the pedal note one more time, and then after I've hit 10 of the 2nd string, I'm going to go to 13 on the 2nd string. So altogether, you're probably going to have a sort of slight slide inference because of where your pointer finger is and where your middle is to get that slide vibrato. It's kind of the only way to get there cleanly, and it's got a nice phrase to it. So phrasing, if you will, to it. At the end of that, I'm going to do a bend from 13 of the 2nd string up and back, a full tone. Then I've got a bend from 14 of the 3rd, a full tone, just up. Then I'm going to hit that 12 twice. At the end of that, I'm going to go to this. So what I was doing there was kind of a mini power chord, playing 15 of the 2nd into 12 of the 3rd. Let's have a look at what we've got thus far at a gentleman's pace. Okay, hopefully that's all making sense. Then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. I'm starting off with a hammer-on pull-off, going 11, 12, 11 on the 3rd. Then I jump to 14 of the 4th, back down to 11 of the 3rd. At the end of that, I'm going to play 14, 12, then open on the 4th string, a little bit muted. At the end of that, I've got a slide going 12, 14, 12, then open 12 at the end of that. So we'll try that whole last phrase a little bit slower. And that's the whole first section. Let's do that again at a gentleman's pace, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright guys, let's have a look at the second section. I'm going to start off with this 3-note arpeggio. Now I'm going to be doing sort of Mr. Crowley, sort of Kirk Hammett into Sandman outside picking. So I'm starting on the up pick, you'll notice. That's just a Chris preference. I hate getting caught in the strings doing something like that. So what I'm doing is I'm playing a pull off from 15 to 12 on the 1st and 13 of the 2nd, and I'm going to do that idea 4 times. And I'm going to change that arpeggio to play 14 to 12 on the 1st string and then 13 of the 2nd. That's going to have sort of that sharp 4 Lydian vibe, and I'm only going to do 2 of those. After that, back to the 15 twice. So we're going to have 4 15s in a row, 2 14s, and then 2 15s again. That whole phrase will sound like this. Hopefully that is all making sense. Then I'm just going to change one little detail on my left hand. I'm going to go from having 12 and 13 there to 12 and 12 with that flat bar covering 12 of the first 2 strings. And my pull-off situation is going to be exactly the same. I'm going to have 4 from 15, 2 from 14, and then 2 from 15 again. So that goes like this. All together from the start now. After that, I work into this phrase. What I'm doing here is just working down the E minor pentatonic in triplets. I know we're in D standard, but for the purposes of theory and where you are on the fretboard, we'll just call it E minor. I'm going to do the first 4 strings of that, but then just work it down in triplets. So the first triplet would be 15-12 on the first, jumping to 15 of the second, and put as many pull-offs in as you can. I think it adds to the speed. So I'm doing a pull-off there, and then jumping to 15 of the second. Then I'm going to play 12 of the first and 15-12 on the second. Okay, then I play 15-12 on the second, jumping to 14 of the third. 12 of the second, 14-12 on the third. All together. We're going to do 2 more triplets and then a cheeky squeal. I'm going to play 14-12 as a pull-off on the third, jumping to 14 of the fourth. And the last one, 12 of the third, and then 14-12 on the fourth string. So all together. With a little bit more gain, that squeal is easy to get. I just try not to oversaturate it while I'm chatting, but I'm playing 14 of the fourth there. Okay, that is the pentatonic into the triplet idea. Then we're working to this phrase. So it's quite pedally once again. I'm going to slide from 12 to 14 on the third. I'm going to be pedaling off this 14 now on the third string. I play 15 of the second, back to the pedal, 17 of the second, back to the pedal, then 19 of the second, back to the pedal. Then I want to do the same thing, but I'm going to play 15 of the first and 17 of the first. We'll go from that cheeky slide now. At the end of that, I've got a semitone bend from 19 of the first. I bring it down, pull off to 17, then add some sexy vibrato at the end. And that is the whole solo. Let's go from the start of the second section. Here we go. One more time with some tabs. And that was the solo to the Signal Fire by Killswitch Engage. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you want tabs to this lesson and anything else I've done, please join up with the cool kids with the Patreon group. I've got some extra content there. Also have some course giveaways, and hopefully I'll be getting some freebies from Jackson. Wink, wink. If we can get some promo for that next year, we'll be doing giveaways on Patreon as well. I also have 3 books out at the moment. Shred Guitar Improvisation, if you want to up your phrasing and groupings and all that cool stuff, if you want to make your improvisation more sexy. Also have my second book, Rock Guitar Mode Mastery, if you want to up your understanding of modes in an improvised and composed context. And of course, my first book, Ultimate Shred Machine, if you want to up your chops in shredding, sweeping, legato, and tapping. And I'm hoping to have all 3 of those books out. 2 of them are already available now on Udemy in video course. And I'll be working on that most recent one, Shred Guitar Improvisation, in a video course format as well. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. I'll catch you all very soon.